Okay, so let's build another one of these transfer facilities down here. And the third one down here. And another processing complex actually at the near the highway or something. But yeah, I need to put it out there. Look at the radius. This is pollution. The pollution radius is huge. So let's put it out there. Okay, now we can actually bulldoze these two. They're the old style incineration plants. Let's see. Food trucks in use. Oh, I need to attach the site to water, which is always mandatory. Fix that? Ooh. And I missed that. There we go. And also electricity. So for the time being, we'll just do power line. And it doesn't connect. Oh, okay. That should work. And it does. Okay, now let's see. 2 of 20. 9 of 20. So it's starting to work. Let's see what we see. Already see a bit of. Yeah, look at that. We were deep in the red just a minute ago. Now we're in the green. That's how I like it. There might also have been a bit of a bug in the game with the waste management. I'm not quite sure about that, but it really was not. It was hard to get it right. To get the garbage collection right and garbage management in the city. Okay, so that's done. And we still have a bit of money left, so I think we have unlocked a new area in the last session. Let's have a look. Okay. These are unlocked. And I think we will go... I'm inclined to go south here because it's a huge area, but also this kind of islandy thing is nice. Okay, so let's expand to the first in the middle, and then it kind of lock another one as well. Interesting. Hey. Okay, that's it for the moment. Cool. So plenty of space to expand. Electricity is going low again. So oh, we have unlocked the solar power plant, which is brilliant. It does have a bit of noise pollution. So we need to build it outside of inhabited area. But it's not, the radius is not that problematic. Oh, I need to attach this to water as well. I forgot that. Okay, so let's see. Where shall I put this? Why not have a few out here? But they need to be roadside, so I need to build the access roads first. So let's see. I think we'll do a bit of electricity and power generation complex here. Ooh, they're steep. Wow, 80k. Okay, so one for the time being. I'm broke already, but this means that we have to save up for a second one. Okay, I was a bit too short there. Now we're talking. Okay, that fixes it. Okay, so that looks good. Electricity is fine since we have the new solar power plant on the grid. That's how I like it. Let's check on water. We're still good. So let's expand. Actually, the idea is that over time I can eliminate all the turbines, starting with the old traditional wind turbines, and then eliminate the advanced ones. But I need to build quite a field of these. But since we are a green city, we don't allow polluting energy creation. So we're not doing oil, we're not doing coal, we're doing the green stuff. I like it green. So we're making 11 grand a week, almost 12. We're making 12 grand a week. So money is looking good. We need to save up a bit to go ahead with the expansion. And also the demand has changed. So let's have a look. Medium demand for commercial zone. All right. Okay, where shall we put that? Actually, I could do. I was of the. I had the idea to build a commercial belt in here, between the residential and the industrial area, because the industrial area, the pollution is just. Where are we? There. It's just not working. If we build too close to the residential areas, they will get sick. So. Let's actually do. No. Let's actually do an office strip between the residential area and the commercial area, and then let's do a high density commercial area right behind that. And this should give them enough, let's say, space to expand their commercial interests into the city. One thing that, an issue that we had last time when we played is that the industry were complaining that they don't have enough customers, so they couldn't sell their wares. Now that we have actually attached the a neighboring patch, a neighboring city, so we have built an access road to the outside of the city. There's more influx of people, so we have more buyers, so we can expand the industrial area once there is enough interest. Currently, there is no need, so it's too low. So let's wait for that. I'd rather go and expand the city down here and actually do it like we did last time. At the residential area at the beach, or at the waterfront, then a commercial strip, and then far back in the hinterlands we'll do the industry. Okay, so this means that we have to move these actually downstream quite far as possible. So let's see. Actually, let's build new ones, and then let's eliminate these. These are the water drain pipes. They put wastewater into the river, and we don't want this anywhere near residential areas or anywhere near the water pumps, because this will make people extremely sick and they will die in droves. I learned the hard way. Okay. They need electricity, so yeah, for the time being we can do the we can do this. We can eliminate that later once we have built the roads and there will be continuous power grid. Okay, so let's bulldoze these. Yes. I know that I can move these. I know that, but I want to have I'll build it and then demolish them to have a continuous service. I learned that if I move them, I have sometimes they drop service for a certain time for some reason. It might be a bug, I don't know, but this is the safe way. Oh no, Okay, so let's expand the city further. Actually, let's do the bendy thing. I need to flatten a few buildings, I know. Let's do it this way, like that. Yeah, I didn't like that. Let's actually do a nice curved kind of bridge thing to the side. And we might do another access later to the neighboring highway if we want to. One, then let's do the other. I kind of want to have them symmetrical, but since I'm really crappy at doing these road things nicely, I'll just try my best and clean up off stream. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is make sure that water and water services and electricity is available in Implement. Make sure that we do this and that we do that. Now, there is actually a need for industrial areas before, even higher than the residential thing. So now we have a space where we can expand the residential areas, but since the need for industrial areas is higher, let's do the expansion. Let's continue the expansion up here and make sure that we... Actually, I can slow down the simulation. We already have almost 500,000 in cash, which is brilliant. Okay, so let's expand the road system. Roughly like that. We'll do a few connecting routes. And then let's make sure that they have the necessary infrastructure in place. We don't want any sick people or not running industry because of water shortages. Let's see. We have enough electricity. I think I can demolish them now. These are the original wind turbines that were built at the start of the city. I think these were the first ones, or among the first ones. So water is ready. Let's phase, or let's zone in the areas. Okay, this is this actually? That's residential. Okay, so I need to take care that I'm not building too close to this area because this is residential. Okay, so let's not do the first strip. Let's start. I think. Is this enough? No, let's actually start up here. Just to make sure that we don't mess up the residential area, the high density residential area down there. Actually, it should be okay. I'm not sure. Let's not do that. Let's make sure that we don't mess up the residential area back here. So let's move to the back, the hinterlands a bit more. Wow, they're really using space quickly. Okay, that looks good. So we have enough space mark. No, I think a bit more. It's still a bit more that they want. Okay, let's actually do the whole thing. Let's do the whole back area here. Make sure that they have enough space to expand their industries and bring in new technology and lots of cash and stuff. But that person was for transfer, blah 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 blah. Okay. So I probably need to take care of the there we go, cemetery situation. So let's see whether we have enough cemeteries. Oh, just one in the whole city. Okay, that's definitely not enough. Let's build a few crematoriums then. People like that. Yeah, that's a good place. Okay. Cemetery usage 39%. Crematorium availability is high. Higher. Fix the problem. It takes a bit of time until they pick up the dead bodies, but it should be fine. Let's do one more in this area somewhere where we have a bit of. Oh, there's a lot of dead people. Look at that. Ooh. I'm kind of neglecting this a bit. Let's fix this. Here. This area, and I think I will do one more here to make sure that once we expand, we have some people that take care of the dead and not let them go to waste in the apartments, really. Ugh. Okay, this should take. It should be taken care of, and actually in a few minutes. There's one going. Yeah, I think we're fine. Just give him a bit of time to pick up the dead, and then we should be fine. A few abandoned buildings, which means that we need to improve the commercial area here. Let's see what the issue is. Okay, there's a few in the commercial area complaining about high taxes, and they're lacking multiple problems. Yeah. Taxes too high, and okay. So still there's an education issue going on. I built a lot of elementary schools, so that should be fine. High schools should be enough actually. I can build one more. The high school. Build one more here. Yeah, that should fix that. And university, we have one, which is clearly. Well, it is enough from the capacity side. Actually, it's close to being not enough. But anyways, the area that they cover is not too far. It's not too big. So let's do another one in this area and make sure that we provide education, higher education to these folks down here also. Okay, so let's see whether this helps, or whether we need another university. Starting to look good. Look at that. Ooh, sprawling metropolis coming your way. 22,300 citizens already, which is really nice. Okay, so now we have a bit higher demand for the residential area again. So let's expand a bit further. I think we have already taken care of this. We have enough power, yes. So let's do it the same way. Let's build a few nice, small, low-density waterfront homes, and then let's go high density in the back rows. Let's do a high density strip. Okay, that looks good. Should be enough. Let's see whether this is enough. But I think so. Okay, so what's next? Let's do the usual city check. Let's see. Electricity check, water check, waste. It's far better. Hey, we fixed it. Ooh, nice. Now we can actually. I think the landfills are empty, so I can actually kill them, remove them, wipe them from the face of the earth. Yes, yes. They like that, which makes sense. Landfills are not a nice view. This really fixed our trash problem or our garbage collection problem. Look at this, perfect. By the way, the two advantages that these processing complexes have, they generate energy. So this one has 40 megawatts, and also they create recycled materials, which you can then use again in the industry. And as we are a green city, we like these kind of things. We like to be green and do recycling and reuse materials as much as we can. Okay, now here we have the opposite problem actually. You see this icon, this means that we don't have any low education people, not enough workers. Yeah, so we need to make sure that we have all education levels available to make sure we have enough labor workforce for all of the different kinds of businesses, industries, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so we're expanding, there's low demand, which means that we can concentrate on something else. What this city actually lacks is kind of a center, or let's say a place where the cool stuff is, like the huge shopping malls and the monuments. So let's see where we could do that. We have so much money, we can actually build a monument or something. What we also could do is we could have a look at public transport at some point. Actually, let's do that. Let's check traffic. Where's the... There we go. Okay. So yeah, as I thought, there is a problem with the access roads, and yeah, it makes sense that these have issues too. Which means that we will have a noise pollution problem from the roadside. Yes, that happens. Okay, what we can do is we can upgrade the roads to park roads with trees. I don't know what the proper word is for this. But anyways, if trees line the roads, there's less noise pollution, which helps with the noise pollution, as I mentioned. We could do this. We could also have a look at... have you unlocked the airport, by the way? No, we haven't. But we can do buses and stuff. All right. So, but let's check whether we can do a nice monument or something. Something special. Winter market? Not really. Derp X launch site. Okay, space launch site. That's quite large. And what's the cost actually? 200 grand. Okay, not too bad. And we have a statue of industry. Noise pollution 10. Okay. Transport tower. A large office building especially meant for public transport companies. We're going for building the space elevator. That's the dependency there. And we have the opera house. Noise pollution. Wow, entertainment only 120. Why not build an opera house? I like the opera anyway, so why not do that? Now let's find a good place for this. Let's see. How about... We could do a kind of a leisure complex down here by expanding to the other side of the river. Or we could... Actually, there's not enough space otherwise. So... Or we could actually do it back here. And see whether It does make sense to build it close to inhabited, let's say, residential areas, because it is entertainment. It cheers up people, and they like to be close to this kind of, say, leisure facility. Someone looking at that. Anyways, so let's build the opera house. I'd like to cover more noise pollution. Is that an issue again? Oh yeah, why not? Let's do it this way. A bit of noise pollution won't kill you. There we go. Our first monument, or unique building, let's say. Oh, that looks nice too. Let's have a look. Katie Adams Street. That's also a nice name for a street that lines up to the opera house. Cool. Okay. Connect that road. I think we need to work on the road layout back here, but I'll do it off stream sometime. Let's concentrate on... Okay, there's actually not much happening right now. I think we should connect the this road to the highway as well, just to make sure. Oh, there's the I haven't seen that. That's actually rail tracks. Okay, so let's actually do this. That down. And then demolish this one. This should work. Let's see if it does. Let's see if it's used. Right. Let's give it a bit of time. If it doesn't work, let's rebuild it. There's actually some old ruins. Do you know if they have any value? If you can do anything with them? Can you rebuild them or something? I don't know. Come on, guys, use this road as well. Okay, so let's do a power check. Yes. Water check. We need to take care of this pretty quickly before we do the next expansion. Okay, let's do it right now. Let's do another pump. Big pump. Big pump. There is a big version, I think. There is a bigger pump, I think, wasn't there? Yeah, let's use the traditional one. Okay, that works. Now let's make sure that we have the same capacity on the wastewater side. Alright, that works. Save. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's actually check the land value. So the industrial area is low, which is expected to some extent, and the central residential area is high land value, which is also expected. Although I would have thought that the area down here is valued higher, so we need to make sure we make this area more attractive. And the good way to do that is actually by building parks and excuse me, leisure facilities. So why not do that? Yeah, you see, there's not enough recreational areas. But there's also not enough space really to put these things. We have a smaller one. Small playground. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that has quite an effect actually. Do a few of those. Let's make sure that people have ample space to relax in and have a good time and hang out. With correct social distancing, of course. Do a few more. I think it's actually quite. The radius is quite high, so this is good. So we will probably push the land value really well if we make sure that there's enough of these recreational areas around. One more here. People like that. Let's look at the happiness. Yeah, that's pretty good. Commercial is not too brilliant, but okay. I wouldn't want to let it go under 70 though, if possible, but the commercial guys also like recreational areas, so building parks does help with this as well. We have checked, yes we did. Electricity is fine. Okay, so I think we will start doing public transport, and I usually like to start with buses. So let's do the road. Yeah, sure, why not? And then let's go for the bus depot. Yes. Oh, they have a noise pollution issue, so let's make sure that they're far enough from residential areas. This is a good spot. Okay, now bus lines. Let's do a few of them. Let's start. I like to do kind of, let's say, circular areas. Taking 1 or 2 blocks, connecting them and making a circular road, or a circular line, rather. Bus. Make sure that. Actually, we could take the. Oh. Oops. Go here. And because we will build something here, let's build stops. Can be a bit fiddly because you have to be really precise when clicking. Data line. I don't know what it did right there. That's a mess. Okay, seems to work for some reason. But at some point the routing is not really working too well, especially if you go over the access roads from outside. Okay, so let's. Wow. Oh, it goes all over the place. Anyways, let's do a proper one now. This was not as it didn't work as intended. Let's do a simple one to make sure that it really works as planned. Completely. That's how I like it. So that should be okay. Let's do another one. I haven't done this for a while, so I'm not quite sure if I'm doing this correctly, but I think so. If not, chat will let me know. As I mentioned, it can be really fiddly to get this right. This actually adds a lot to the land value if you have a well-established, a good public transport network, pipeline done. If you have a well-established public transport network, this adds tremendous value to the land, so the land value goes up considerably. And also, this is true for all areas, whether it is industrial, commercial, or residential. This works for all kinds of areas. So let's do a few more of these public transport lines, of these bus lines. Make sure that our people can get around without needing their cars. They might not even have cars and need to get around the city by bike, because we have a lot of green, climate-friendly people in this town. Alright. Cool. Here. Okay. Now let's do one which connects this quite large block, which doesn't have many side roads. Make sure that this is connected as well to the public transport and to the bus network. We will also do other kinds of public transport once we have unlocked the airport. I would like to build an airport which is outside the city, and then build a train, tram, metro, or bus connections from the airport to the main area, or to the main city, let's say. I will build roads, because you do need roads to build there, but I think most facilities need to be built roadside, so you need to do that anyway. Right, so we have a basic network up and running. Actually, the green arrows that you see pointing upwards, these are this is a sign that the land value goes up and the estate is more valuable now. It's kind of a level up of a building or in a house, which we want, because this makes the land value higher, this attracts more people, and so on. Block connected, set up with buses as well. Okay, there's plenty of lines to do. One more, I will do them off stream, probably. But one thing I would like to do is to make sure that we have at least a bit of the industrial area set up as well with public transport. One thing that you can keep in mind, if the demand for residential areas is low, one reason can be that the land value is not high enough, which means that your area is not attractive enough to attract more residents. Pushing the land value up does help with this, so you can make sure that there is more interest in your city by making it more valuable, making the land more valuable to potential residents. I thought I have closed my complete line. There we go. Quick save. Okay. So let's do this for the next few industrial blocks as well, and then let's move on to expanding the city again, because I think, as you see, we're having an effect already. There is already rising interest in additional zones in residential, commercial, as well as industrial, which is good. So we did right. Okay, let's do a few more. By the way, as you see, the another effect that public transport has is people love it. If you put a train or a bus station, or rather a bus station, near a building, the residents of that building will love it. They will be happier because now they can use buses and don't have to walk or use their cars, especially in areas where there's a lot of traffic. And traffic becomes a problem with noise pollution, and also because it's just traffic and it jams the streets. People will love if you add a bus station nearby. Makes sense. As you see, our demand for residential areas is going through the roof right now. So there's high demand. Again, and I'm quite sure the main reason is that we have made the city more attractive by adding public transport. It's one way, not the only one, but it's a major way in this game to make a city more attractive. At some point, you will need to do that if you want to go for a metropolis size city, which is 100,000 and up. But as I mentioned, it can be a bit fiddly to click right and get the routing correct. Okay, I think we'll leave it there for the time being. We already have a few residents taking the buses. We have tourists already, nice, that's good. Okay, there's an abandoned building. Let's flatten that to make sure it doesn't stay that way. Okay, now we have an issue with taxes. Let's see, that's commercial, okay. Oh, that's actually the industrial area. And commercial as well. So we might need to lower the taxes for the commercial areas and for the industrial areas. Let's do that. Let's 1% lower for the low and for the high density. That was a bit much. Okay. Let's see whether this is enough. If people still aren't happy, we can always go lower. We should have more. Yeah, we make 28k a week plus, which is plenty. And I would say that we can look at the budget later, but I would say a great contributor to the influx is the road toll system. I think I've mentioned it last stream also. Oh, okay. I missed you guys. Fix that. Okay, so let's take care of the expansion on the residential area side. And we will do, as I mentioned, the low density waterfront and the high density in the recessed areas behind. Okay, I kind of like this look. If you look from the water, you get the small cottages and villas and buildings and stuff, and in the background you see the high risers and stuff like that. That's nice. That really looks good. Oh, again, I forgot to do the basic services here. They should be. There we go. Now it's good. Let's check. Yes, electricity. Oh, we might need to do something if we expand further, and we still need to expand because we don't have. We haven't. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to take care of that. Electricity, is a thing that we need to figure out. Okay, so let's go to the solar power thing again and build one. We have enough money. We can actually build a few of them now, just to make sure that we have enough capacity for the expansion. Where they have access to water. Let them. It's not required, but I usually like to do loops with the water. I'm not quite sure. I think it's not needed, but anyways, I kind of just do it that way. So we should have enough electricity. We can actually strip down a few of the old windmills. I think we should have enough. Make sure that we keep that. Keep an eye on the capacity. Because they do cost upkeep every week. And if you don't need them, you should destroy them. Just to save the money. Now I kind of messed up the connection, but I can fix that later. By having a power line. Okay. So this will also help the budget. You see it jumps right up. Because we have eliminated some infrastructure that just cost money and we didn't need anymore. There's more efficient ways to make it work. This flattened. Alright. Looking good. Enough, more than enough electricity now. But I think we should expand on water again. Just to make sure that when we expand we don't run out of fresh water and we have enough capacity to deal with the wastewater. We have okay, so this chart should jump up as well. I think it is connected to the system, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, it takes a while sometimes. Okay, let's look at happiness. Looking good. Commercial could still be better, but 75, it's a small improvement. We were 73, I think, a while ago. That's looking good. And the residential is perfect. 86 is good. Office happiness, 94, that's really good. So we're safe. On the healthcare side, we're good as well. Deathcare side. Okay. Childcare, eldercare. Eldercare could be better. We could take care of the elderly a bit better, but average health 74%. So let's make sure that we okay. We have a few areas which we haven't covered properly down here. So we haven't built any hospital or something. So there's no medical clinic nearby. Let's fix that. There we go. And this should over time improve our value from 74 to 76, 78 even. Good. Okay, we want to have a look at eldercare. Okay, we just have... We have any eldercare facility? None at all. Didn't we build one last time? Okay, we didn't. Let's make sure that we have eldercare in place. Oh, the radius, look at the radius, that's huge. That's really good. Those takes up a lot of space. Okay, let's flatten a few buildings here to make it happen. Oh, we have a lot of seniors. Okay, so we really need to take care of them. Let's see how this works. Eldercare offers the elderly a place to gather and spend time together, take part in hobbies and receive necessary treatment. So that's good for healthcare. Okay, makes sense. If we average health, Elder care is 65, so we want to improve that actually. Let's do a few of those. Make sure that we build it really buildings, but anyways. And one more here perhaps. Interesting enough, it doesn't make people happy for some reason, but it seems to be beneficial to the health of the elderly people and probably health overall. That might be something which is worthwhile pursuing. Okay, so health is death care, cemetery usage. Okay, I think that's fine. Still, we have crematorium spaces or capacity, let's say. But that's good. Childcare is in the blue. That's nice. And elder care we have just fixed, so we're doing well there. Levels. Okay. Fine as well. Wind we don't really care right now. Okay. Now we still have an issue with congestion, traffic jams here. I think we can do a direct connection to the roundabout entry at this end, and also connect these roads. So let's do that. Let's try to fix the traffic issues that we have. In this area. So that's one, and let's do this. Also gives us a bit of space to expand in this area. So let's see, once traffic picks up the new roads and the system is accepting the new roads for the car routing, the car simulation, we should see an effect on the yeah, it's already, whoa, quite a lot. It seems to be the most attractive part. They should be fixed over time. They should go from red to yellow or yellowish. But I think we're just postponing the issue. It will come again. I think this will be a hotspot because we have the highway coming in there as well, and there's a toll collecting system, which slows down the whole thing. Okay, 25,990 per week in the plus. This is good. And yeah, we have enough in the bank as well, so that we could do another expansion or another major landmark or something. But I'm kind of inclined to expand on the commercial zones first. So let's have a look. Residential, so we could do another layer of office buildings back here, and then go for high density or low density commercial zones, and then high density commercial zones a bit further back. High density. Looking good. Okay, now we actually can go for expansion of the residential areas. Continue doing that. Actually, we ran out of space on this side of the land. What we could do is we could build a bridge over to this part and do a little island here, an island residential area. Yeah, why not? do it nice. This little coastal road. Actually, let's see whether we own... Yeah, we do. We can go over here as well. So let's demolish that again. And let's go over to the other side and let's say make sure we have access to the new lands over there. Make it a bit bendy so it looks nice. Bam. Okay, this would be really a nice, luxurious little island for wealthy people, as it looks like. This. Boring, raining cats and dogs. Bit of a special area with a bit of space between the buildings. Okay, now bringing over electricity will be an issue, and also we need to extend the water network. Okay, let's also extend it over to the new land. Now, what about electricity? Are we? Yeah, we're fine. Let's actually do power lines for the time being and then remove them once we have another way of addressing that. Let's just put it already occupied. Interesting. Okay. Try again. Nope. Do it that way. Alright. Now let's do the I think a high density residential area would be cool. Have here. I'm sure it looks nice. Kind of an island with a few high rises on it. There we go. And we also need to make sure that we have the usual services ready. So let's make sure that we have clinic. That we have fire service. Police. And at least we should have an elementary school. Okay, so let's do the zoning for the whole area actually. I think the demand is high enough to justify doing the whole island. We're not doing any commercial or industrial stuff on this island. This is purely a residential island. I don't want to spoil the area by introducing noise or pollution or anything like that. It should be fairly relaxed, laid back residential area where you can just chill, hang out, and build a nice house, have a family, and just have a great time being there. If you need to go shopping though, you need to go to the main city, which is a bit of it's a travel, a bit of a way. But anyways, that's the price if you want to live on an island. So we do have a bit of commercial area requests as well. So let's see whether we have any space left. Oh, we do. We can do some high density. Well, let's actually do the same thing. Let's do a belt of offices between the residential area and the high density commercial areas because of the noise pollution. Noise pollution makes sick, so make sure that you always have a bit of space between the commercial areas and the residential areas, or you will have a lot of sick people. That should be fine. Let's see whether this is. We need to make sure that they have water as well. There we go. Over the whole area just in case. We will likely build something there, so let's make sure they have water. Oh, ouch. I need to better take care of these things. There we go. Okay, 26,000 people. What's the next milestone, by the way? 28, capital city. So let's go for the capital city. Let's drive up the number of residents in the city. So the demand is okay, which means we have a bit of time to take care of other things. Let's see how this is developing. Okay, there's the first few houses are there. They're building more. Good. And also I think they have connected the electrical. Yeah, it's working. Nice. I don't have to do anything there. Now let's see. How about another unique building? No monument. That's a 70,000. Okay. Let's do another unique building. Let's see what nice things we can do. A stadium. Wow. Let's do it. Let's do a stadium. Entertainment is always important. Oh, there's a lot of noise pollution. You see, the issue is there's quite a nice radius of entertainment, but also this thing is extremely loud. There's a lot of noise pollution, so if you want to build this near residential area, don't build it too close. I think that's better. The arts center is it still? Well, it's 120 value. This is 150 entertainment value. But let's do the arts center, modern art center, or the modern art museum. Just because it's not as polluting on the noise side. Let's build an access road. So this should have a nice effect on a lot of buildings, a lot of residential buildings, without introducing them to the noise. And they like it, which is good. This is kind of the entertainment center, it seems. Now let's build a few parks. Just why not? Because we can. Yeah, we need to have water, make sure that they have access to water, of course. Is this enough? No, it's not covering it. Okay, so let's do another. Oh, it is. Okay, anyways. Doesn't hurt to build a bit of additional piping. Okay, parks. We want to have a few parks, a few additional parks, just to make people happier. People love parks, they love amusement, they love nature in the city to just unwind, have a good time. And we can also do that on our island, which is important because it makes people happy. And happy people are good taxpayers. Well, that's a pretty nice spot. A lot of parks in a small area. I want to live there. Oh, gorgeous. Except the fact that there's a lot of abandoned buildings in the industrial. Okay, they're lacking workers. We need to take care of that. But before we take care of that, let's take a little break. Let's do a 5-minute break. And yeah, as I said, back in 5 minutes. See you there. Okay, there we go. Okay, we have a lot of abandoned buildings in the industrial area. I think there's not enough workers. So we need to take care of that. But one thing that I think I miss in the new areas is the waste management. I think we need to make sure that we also have enough capacity in the waste management. Hey, Capital City, new achievement. We unlocked the harbor, which is nice. The cargo harbor and eco once inland water treatment plant. Okay, that's nice. And ships. Transport passengers or cargo. Yes. Let's build a harbor soon. But first, let's take care of the waste management. So waste transfer system, another one. Probably. Nah, that's too close. Yeah, I wanna build a bit off the residential area to make sure that we don't have a pollution issue. Okay, this should be enough for the area down here. So make sure they have access. Do they need access to water? Yeah, they do. That. Make sure. Okay. They have access to electricity as well. Let's do it with a power line for the time being. This should work. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look at the efficiency. Alright. Not 100%, but we're pretty close. We're doing good. Let's check. Electricity check. Water check. Garbage check. Education. Okay, there's an issue down here where we're lacking all levels. Okay, so let's do elementary. Okay, that's elementary. Now high school. Ooh, there's nothing even close. So we need to maybe fix that as well. Didn't we just build a high school? Wait a second. Okay, interesting. Okay, so high school capacity is good. Elementary. I built 2 elementary schools, so I can remove 1. Okay, yes, elementary, high school. Sorry for that, guys, but 2 you don't need to. University. Let's do a university. Right there. Bam. Ooh, people love that. So let's actually have a look at land value. Yeah, there's a huge improvement in this area. As I mentioned, the parks and the public transport really push the land prices here and make this area of the city more attractive. It doesn't go as high here in the industrial area because there's a lot of pollution. But anyways, it's a solid way to push the land price if you make sure that public transport is available. Okay, we have an issue with the workers, as you see, and it's flashing red, which means that if I don't address this quickly, we will lose industry. Companies will leave the area. But quite honestly, I'm not quite sure why this is the case. Probably the lower educated residents are too far away. And these are highly educated, probably. Or the area is too expensive actually for workers to live there, which could also be an issue. Interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at commercial areas. There's high demand again. But where shall we actually put this? We can expand up here, but leave the last strip to the to industry. But let's do high density commercial areas back here, where there's also a lot of traffic, as it seems. But should be good for the commercial area. There's a lot of pass-through people. Yeah, why not fill up to the area back here? And actually we can have these available, make these available as well. Although there's really no high demand for industry at this point. We might actually remove the industrial area completely at some point. I'm not sure if we need a large industrial area. The demand in this town, in EistenTown, currently goes more towards residential and commercial on the residential commercial side. Okay, that seemingly wasn't enough. So let's do a bit of high density back here as well. Actually, I did low density inadvertently, but that's fine. Let's mix it up a bit. Okay, that should be fine. Now, since we're 28,000 people, we did unlock some additional buildings. So let's have a look what we can do. Oh yeah, harbors. We can do harbors. Well, we have a fishing harbor as well, but I kind of want to have the commercial and the passenger docks separately. So why not? Why not have it somewhere down here? Or we could have it actually on the other side and use this new patch of land to build a harbor. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, why not? Let's make sure that we have a connecting road. Yeah, I think this is a good spot for a harbor. There's a lot of space. We can buy this area and oh, there's a beach. Nice. Actually do a kind of beach houses there. Cool. Now let's see whether we will do a... Yeah, let's do a harbor. I'm actually not quite sure how this works, really, to be honest. Don't remember. Let's sync it. I don't know. Cannot connect to route. What route? Okay, the harbor provides outside connection for passengers. Oh, okay. Sure. There's actually... Yeah. Okay, this is the route I need. If I put it back here, I cannot connect it because I don't own... Alright, I see. I don't own the area. Let's see whether we can buy it, actually. We can. So, yeah, let's take it. So now it should actually be possible to build a harbor if I'm not mistaken. No, I can't. Why? Oh, it has to be a direct line. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. It needs to be a direct line. I cannot go up a river or something because it's probably, I don't know, major ships that don't go into rivers. I don't know. But this is actually a really nice spot for a harbor. So let's do it here instead and make sure that we connect the road system, oops, to this new harbor. And actually, I'm inclined to do a kind of a ring road that goes around the base here that we own, and then we can always change that later. Let's leave it for now. That's okay. Something like that. Kind of looks like a leaf or something. Anyways, now we need to make sure that we manage the water and electricity here on the island. I'm kind of inclined, since we have enough money, so I can kind of do a separate setup, which means that I will build a set of solar systems or solar power plants here. Now I will connect these to the other network, or to the grid, let's say. But for the time being, I leave this as a separate system. Now the issue is, you see the large area that is polluted. I cannot draw water from there for. I cannot draw fresh water from it, obviously. So I probably need to use the original water pumps that I've built back here and actually connect it to. Well, I can't, of course, because I don't own it. I don't own the space. Let's take this. Go over here. And do it this way. I kind of like the idea of having this little space as an autonomous entity on the electricity side, and at some point we will connect the two grids and have a large and resilient power grid at our disposal. Now I need to make sure that power actually goes where it's needed. Oh, that's wrong. Let's take this one. So for the time being, I will do a few of these. I will strip them away again later once the island is built out. But at this time, let's do it that way. Okay, so now that works. And we should be able to actually expect ships to land and take off there, or board, or disembark and embark there. If it's passengers, pretty quickly. Ships land and leave, right? From harbors? I don't know. Okay, now we have water, we have electricity. What do we do with this island? I think it would be a really nice residential area, but probably it's large enough to host all three, or at least commercial and residential zones. I'm not quite sure about industrial. I'm inclined not to build industrial areas here. Look at how nice this is. Big forests, lush forests, nice countryside, nice waterfront with power lines, which are ugly actually. Anyways, now that we have the harbor set up and no passengers so far, let's make sure that we also do a cargo terminal. Oh, there's a lot of noise pollution, or pollution. Is it noise or is it noise pollution? Yeah. So okay, so I need to one more. Let's try again. This should base occupied. Okay. There we go. Interesting. Okay, that doesn't work. So let's connect these again and let's build the cargo harbor up here then. Right there. And let's give it a little access road. make sure that we have fresh water and sewage system ready. Make sure that we connect up the power lines again. There we go. If this power as well, now it should be good. Yep, that's working. Okay, now I think it just takes a bit of time until the harbors really actually get something going. And also I think we need to make sure that we build out residential areas here so that we have passengers that actually can take the boat or the ship. Oh, now it's working. Passenger service last week 5. That's a start. Now, what else do we have at our disposal? Metro. We could actually have a look at the metro at some point. And we have the other trolleybus. That's also a new thing. We have these ugly power lines above the streets. And we do have the intercity bus stations. This is actually a new feature. I've never tried that. That might be one of the next things that we can do. Intercity bus stations doesn't require intercity bus lines or stops, but allows the placement of regular bus stops on the base. Okay. That's interesting. So let's check our budget. Taxes seem to be okay. There's no people complaining. Let's look at the budget. We have everything on 100%, which means everything is maintained as it should. We can save money by pushing that down, and we can make sure that there's no issues whatsoever if you push it above 100%, make it more efficient, stuff like that. But I usually leave it at 100% if I can. We don't have any loans, so we have no debt whatsoever, which means since we started out we had a really good grasp of our budget. Oh, okay, water issues. Whoops. It's always these little spaces that I forget. So that should work. Oh, let's make sure that we remove the abandoned. Oh, there's a lot of abandoned. Buildings in the industrial district. Oh, okay, that was wrong. Stupid. It is an issue that we don't have enough workers, but for the time being, I'm actually happy that we have higher educated people which are able to work in the offices and in the commercial areas, because this gives me more revenue on the tech side. At some point I can introduce specialized industry, but we can do that at some point. But I think I have only unlocked the oil industry and another kind of industry which doesn't really fit a green town, because EistenTown is green. Only renewable energy, sustainable practices are practiced here. So let's make sure we keep it that way. Look at this. Look at this. That's nice. Whee! Okay, still a few abandoned buildings that we need to clear out. Make sure that we clean them out. I think that's an issue, a small little issue with the game. It depends on the zoom level, and at some zoom levels you don't see the icons, and others you do. So that's usually the reason I'm missing some when I go for a clean out. Okay, let's do a check. Electricity, perfect. Water, good. Waste. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, we have actually no waste management in this area. So why not build a transfer facility right here and the waste processing complex there. Okay, let's make sure we put it up here far enough that we can actually build residential areas down here. You have seen the noise pollution radius was quite high. We don't want people to suffer from that noise pollution if we can avoid it. Okay, let's connect the system to the grid from there, or the building to the grid from there, and let's do it this way for the time being. We can always remove the power lines when the buildings connect naturally. Okay, that works. Now the waste management should improve, and it does. Traffic. Okay, we're already seeing issues to and from the island, which we can probably fix by building another bridge here, or at least we can make it better. Let's give it a try. I need to flatten a few buildings, which people don't like. What other areas? It's all for the good of the city. Okay, it will take a while until the simulation picks up the new road, but let's see what else we can do. Okay, I think we need a more direct route to the what is this again? I forget. Cargo harbor. A more direct route to the cargo harbor. So let's do a few diagonal connecting roads to make sure that we can quickly go there and not have all the traffic go around. Now the same goes for this area. Here. I kind of like these bendy things, these bendy roads. Okay. Let's actually make it symmetrical a bit. Eh. Okay, it doesn't want me to. Ah. No. Let's do that. Let's do that again. Let's try again. Let's actually do it the other way around then. Yeah, why not? I kind of like it. Looks nice. Probably completely ineffective road design wise, but anyways it looks nice. Oh no. More abandoned buildings. My industry is really crippled. Breaking apart. I need to do something on the worker side. But quite honestly, I can't be bothered right now. I'm rather trying to expand on the residential and commercial side. Oh, I love this island. Must be cool to live there. Really, a lot of parks, not too dense, but still must be lovely to live there. Alright, so let's try to do a new residential area which kind of fills this area. We will not start directly here because this is a kind of a polluting thing. It's not a big radius, but it still pollutes slightly. But I would say we go for fully high-rise zones here. Residential zones, that is. Of course. Hey, Colonel Ward. Wow, you're back to 200. Congrats. I think you have moved up in the leaderboard again. Woot! Go, 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 go. Make it rain. Okay, so let's kind of make this a bit more interesting by having curved roads and not just the straight stuff like we had in the main city. Alright. Interesting. Base already occupied. Ooh, is there something I'm missing? It can't be the trees. Okay. There we go. Not perfect, but once the buildings are there, it will be cool. Okay, before we forget, oh, we already have this road serviced by water lines. Let's make sure we do the whole area that we plan to have residential. Okay. Okay, that works. Alright. Electricity is doing fine. Water's doing fine. And we still have a huge demand for residential zones. So let's do that. Okay, I don't want to get closer to the harbor because of the pollution. Let's actually do a bit of offices, and then let's do commercial. Okay, and now back here we can do a lot of residential buildings. Let's do a full second row. So I think we have enough for the time being. Quick save. Okay, nice, ship is docking. Okay, so demand is is doing good. Ah, you lost. Keep it up, Colonel Warden. You might need an additional access road connecting the middle, but I'm not quite sure I want to do that. No, I don't. But let's make sure that we have, since it's residential, we wanna... You will demonstrate persistence. Good, go for it. If you have over 100, you can use the slots command as well. But I don't want to advise it because it's risky, but you can also win a lot. It's like a slot machine, but you need 100 Zen bits minimum. Whoa! Holy shit! 2000 Zen bits, you lucky! No, don't mess it up. Wow! You're really close to a t-shirt now. Really, really, really close, so take it easy. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. The basic amenities we need, or the basic services we need are the healthcare. We need to make sure that we have healthcare available. We need to make sure that we have a fire service because we don't want to have an issue with fires getting out of control. Let's do another one here because it's close to the harbor. Let's do another one here, and let's do another one here. All right. So we have taken care of the... Actually, let's do another one of the clinics up here. Now, let's also do a crematorium. Actually, two of them. One in the... there it is. Let's do it next to the clinic. The other clinic there. Let's do it next to it. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for the healthcare side. Let's do fire with it. This looks good. With it, this is up there too. Looks fine. Police, crime rate 4%, and it's a non-issue. But anyways, let's make sure that we have safe citizens. So let's do one right there. And I think the harbor is kind of a hotspot for organized crime, so let's build one right there. The 3 club invite now. You're a VIP already, come on. You're in the inner circle already. You're really lucky. I wasn't aware that you can win that big in with the slot machines. That's actually pretty cool. If you're lucky, you can make it for a t-shirt today actually. It might even be enough to stay in the stream for long enough, because every 10 minutes you stay in the stream you get 5 Zen bits or something. Oh, actually, you can show. Just I'll put the link to the leaderboard on Discord, and you can just show him the link, and you will be on the top by far. You will be the king of the leaderboard right now with over 2,000 Zen bits. I will put the link in Discord. Once the stream is finished, I'll do that. Yeah, do so. He will hate you. No worries. You're actually the first that tried the slot machine and you had a huge win with the first go. Okay, let's do one more police headquarters. Oh, we have one there already. I think that's okay. 3 of them. All right, education. We need education. We need elementary schools, elementary first graders need a place too. Let's do it right there. And it is an issue that I think we still need to do the connecting roads, because we lose a lot of efficiency otherwise when we use these service buildings. Now, if we try that again, yeah, you see that that's far better. Okay, high school, university. Now let's make sure we have this connected onto the water grid. Let's make sure we also have it. Actually, let's do a trick here. Let's do a trick here. Let's paint out the full area. Let's go wild and make everything here residential, high density. This will be like Manhattan or something. All high-risers, high density buildings. This will be cool. Colonel One, you should really try to get Crib on the stream and show him your achievement. He'll be extremely jealous. You can diss him. You can really diss him now. Because last time I remember he tried to duel you, and I think you lost a few times, and now you have you're the king, you're the Zenbits king. Yeah, ping him. Yeah. You really had bad luck last time. But you more than compensated for that this day. Okay, so plenty of residential zone space for new people to arrive. Okay, we already have an issue with criminals here. I think there should be... Okay, I think I need one more. I actually need one right in the center. Let's do a headquarters. Yeah, why not? We have enough money. You had pity for him. I'm quite sure you let him know that you're the richest on Zenbits right now. I'm quite sure you rubbed it up his nose. As he did last time when you lost gambling with him. Okay, so I think that we'll have yeah, definitely. I think we'll go for a commercial zone or office zone here to kind of have a buffer between the oh, you have a trash issue. It's not good. Okay, so let's build another one of these right there. Make sure that we have enough capacity to do the waste management at the harbor. Okay, electricity check, water check. That looks good. Yeah, but we need a few connecting roads. Just to make sure that we can build additional... That we can build additional... have additional capacity for commercial areas, right? Here. There we go. let's do it. Sorry. And let's do actually office buildings as a buffer between the residential areas and the commercial areas because of noise pollution that the commercial areas produce. And let's do... yeah, let's do high density. I would assume that... well, let's do a mix. A bit of high density, a bit of low density. I would assume that close to a harbor, that should be a sprawling place of trade and commercial life. Oh, there's a mugger. There's crime going on. Come on, guys. Grab them. Grab them. Ah, there we go. You see the purple one? That's a copper car. It's a police car. There we go. Jail. Let's actually look whether we have enough jail space. Yeah, capacity is far more than enough. Okay, so let's see. I think we also need to make sure that we have a little bit of low density residential areas available. So let's do the inner thing here, low density, just to make sure that we have the right kind of mix required to make this place work. I'm not quite sure what the dynamics are, if low density areas have more families and the others have more singles. I don't know. No idea whether this plays a role or not. Or whether the high density areas just have more people in a tighter space, packed into a tighter space. So we have access to water. There we go. Okay, that looks good. Let's do a bit of... let's actually start here. Do a bit of low density residential areas. Even though there's no demand, demand will come again once we have built out a few additional services. I'm inclined to add public transport down here to increase the land value and thus make it more attractive for people to come here, and thus as a result the demand will rise as well. So we do a bus depot down here because down here there's no problem with noise pollution because there's no residential areas nearby. And let's do a few lots. Okay, so let's make this really let's make simple small rounds around each block. Make sure that the people get around without needing to use their cars. Or at least not as much. I think I've mentioned this before, but adding public transport and these bus stops help raise the land value of the area that you built them at, which helps you to attract more people, yada yada yada. That's kind of the process. The issue is, if the land value is too high, you will attract only high income people, which means you will not have low income people, industry workers, stuff like that, which will then in turn lead to the industries not having enough workforce and actually going or leaving your city for another place. Okay, I see that we have an issue with dead people, which means that I need to probably build a crematorium. Actually, let's see. Don't we have any? We do have two, but I think it would be good to have a third one just a bit closer. Yeah, that works. Okay, so let's actually finish the public transport system on our little Manhattan-ish island base. Yeah, it can be fiddly to get this right. And sometimes the routing doesn't work, so the system really does weird routes, bus routes. But mostly it works. So if you have missed that, this is the Sunset Harbor DLC of City Skylines, which came out I think 2 weeks ago or something. There's a few additions. There's a few public transport things you can add. There's, for example, there's the overground metro system. There's the intercity buses. There's I think elder care and child care is new. And there's the I think a recreational airport is there as well, which is new. But apart from that, the content is a bit limited for a $15 DLC, in my opinion. So they could have added a bit more for us gamers to enjoy. I like what they did there, but for example, the fishery system is extremely simple. It might be that I haven't understood it correctly, but for what I've seen, there's not too much you can do. You can build a port, a harbor, fishing harbor, and then you can do a fishing route, and that's kind of it. But before I judge too harshly on that, I kind of need to spend more time with the system and see whether there's nuances I haven't figured out yet. If you know, chat, let me know. If you've tested the fishing system in this update and what you think about it, really. In my opinion, they could be a bit... I've expected a bit more from this update, to be honest. It's okay, but it's not perfect. They could improve that. Oh, enough nagging. Let's do the last bus circuit. And then let's see what else we need. There is an issue. Oh, there's a lot of sick people. Wow. Ooh, ouch. Okay, we have a problem. Healthcare availability is extremely low. That's an issue. Why are they sick? Is it pollution? Check that. There's a lot of people dying here. Why is that? Oh, I see. This is the problem. Uh-oh. Okay, this is a huge problem. I have messed up the whole riverside. Oh my god. Look at this. Uh-oh. I need to fix this ASAP. Okay. I should have paid attention to that. This happens if you're not careful. So let's move all of the water pumps up here where the water is clean. Connect it and then tear down the other ones, because dirty water will mess up the health of your citizens extremely quickly. That's not good at all. Okay, you see, we have a problem. We have a huge problem right now. Let's make sure that... I should have paid more attention to this. The water pollution is spread up to the pumps, and now they have polluted water. Let's make sure I have connected the... Yes, I have. So let's make sure that I will take away these up here, because the pumps don't make sense up here anymore, because the dirty or the polluted water, as you see, will spread further upstream, and it doesn't up here, so we can provide clean water from here. Now we need to take care that the drinking water pollution is 0. This is critical. This will kill people in droves if you don't take care of that. Now we have seen that this already has been an issue. Now it's back to 0. The pollution is back to 0, the water pollution, but you see how many people died. That's not good. Sorry. I kind of missed that. We really need to take care of that. Okay, now we have a fire. It's raging. Okay, there's enough fireplaces here. Okay, so let's see whether we have a problem with death care. Cemetery usage 90%, yeah. Crematorium availability is getting better, but I think we need to build a few more just to make sure that the dead actually get taken care of quickly enough. Let's build a few of those. We can always remove them later, but at this point there's so many dead people because I failed on the on the water safety side, that we need to take drastic measures. Oh, look at this, so many dead people. Oh my god. Yeah, one little mistake, one little glitch in the matrix, and ouch. Yeah, I think that should be okay. Now I need to do a lot of... Capacity is okay, cemetery usage. Yeah, that should be okay. Let's just give it a bit of time. Now we need to actually bulldoze all of the abandoned buildings and let new folks move in. Oh, that's a huge fail. Yeah, as I think I mentioned this several times, drinking water is key. If that's polluted, you have a problem, as you saw. Extremely quickly, there's a lot of sick people. Let's actually slow down the sim. There's a lot of sick people extremely quickly. And taking care of that is, the first thing you need to do is make sure the water is clean again. Then you have to make sure that the dead can be transported away, and that you clean out the abandoned buildings to make place for... Oops, that was wrong. To make place for new buildings, for new residents to move in. And one thing that you saw, usually we have 25k a week plus. Now we're down to 4k because so many people were sick and they stopped paying. They stopped paying taxes, it seems. So we lost a ton of money, and this can actually bankrupt you pretty quickly if you don't take care of that. You have to be quick on that. I really miss that. Right, so let's. Ay. Yeah, it really took a toll on our city. I see dead people, lots of them. I wonder how many people got killed in this pollution thing. And only 8% of the water was polluted. Imagine if there were 20% of something. Ouch. Really great deal of abandoned buildings. Okay, let's take a quick check. Yeah, water pollution 0, that's good. We've at least fixed the you really have to keep an eye on the pollution if you drain the sewage into a river. One thing is to make sure that the pumps are upstream, and the other thing is if the pollution gets too heavy on the there's too much pollution, even it can travel upstream, which happened here, and so I ran into a critical problem. That the sewage reached the water pump, the freshwater pumps, which made people extremely sick, and they died in droves. Which we don't want. It's not good at all. I hope it didn't affect our new, our high, let's say, high-level VIP island, but it probably did. Yeah, it did. Oh, it did heavily. Actually, all of them died. Oh, no. And the other thing is, you see, demand is non-existent. No one wants to live in a completely polluted city. Okay, I think I got most of it. Yeah, since we let's actually make sure that we don't make the same mistake twice. No, we're connected, so we take fresh water from the original system, which means that we're safe now. Okay, and we don't have too many deaths. Oh no, we need that. That's... Okay, but now let's make sure that we clean out the the abandoned buildings here as well. Still a few left. Okay, so the numbers are going up again. We're getting new residents, which is good. So we need to make sure we get our city to the former glory before we have this pollution issue. And I, as a mayor, probably really got some bad press on that. The pollution. Good. A few more. Alright, so I'll clean up the rest off stream. Now let's have a look at the overall situation again. Electricity is fine. Water availability is actually an issue, or will be an issue if we expand further. So let's make sure we build some additional pumps up here. This should be a fairly safe spot because there's a heavy current and it's far upstream, so the pollution shouldn't reach the pumps up here, so this is why I put them there. So let's build a few more. The red radius I'm trying to take or have away from keep away from the residential zones because it's noise pollution and people don't like that. Okay, since I'm here, why not? There we go. Okay, water. That-ish. We need to make sure that the sewage capacity is updated as well. There we are. Perhaps we should move that as well. Why not? Why not? Get further. A lot of pollution I'm producing. Actually, why not move it here? So that we don't push up the pumps again if the city continues to grow. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, 7 should be enough. Let's make sure we connect them. So they're now connected to the main system. Let's give them power. Use power grid for the time being. Now it's working. Now let's remove these. Yes. Yes. All right. Back again, yeah, water availability, sewage treatment is fine now. We should be safer on the water pollution side since we don't... we shouldn't go upstream that far so to reach the pumps, which are... There we go, there they are. If we buy this area up here, we can even go further up, just to make sure that we don't have this issue again. It should be apart. Should be far enough apart now. Okay, as I mentioned, I'll do the cleanup, the rest of the cleanup off stream. So let's continue to check. Garbage, landfill usage is low. Processing status is good. Education is mixed. Okay, elementary schools, we need more elementary schools. Let's do that. We have enough money, we're back on 22 grand a week. Gives us enough money to make sure that education is available to everybody. Okay, high school, elementary, let's do elementary. Actually, I want to do elementary, but for some reason I placed the university, but anyways. Doesn't hurt. Okay, so we have enough capacity for elementary, but there's not enough reserves. I would say let's do one more here. Work? Yeah, bit of reserve, then we have enough capacity on high school level and enough capacity on university level as well. Ooh. Okay, let's continue. Happiness. It's good. Live with that. Healthcare. 74%, it's okay-ish. I would like to have it over 80, but let's deal with that later. Death care is okay, child care is okay, elder care could be better. We could work on that. Levels, not interested right now. Traffic, there is a few issues that we need to address on the traffic side. Now everything, okay, that's quite obvious. It's a shortcut, so they take it. So why not quickly fix that with actually simple direct connection to. Yeah, you don't like that, but it's needed. Sorry. Do that. Okay, that's an issue that should be improved. We need to take care of this next time we have a session. Pollution. Look at this. Wow. Water pollution is really an issue. I'm going to read up on the capacity to clean out this thing. I think there is a water treatment plant, but so far in other games this didn't do anything to the amount of waste that we put into the ocean. Noise pollution, you know, we could work on that. It's actually an issue. I think that's becoming an issue. We can do tree-lined alleys and tree-lined streets, which will dampen the noise and improve noise pollution instead. Actually, I don't know what the symbol means. The building's flooding. Ooh, ouch. Well, that's a new thing. I wasn't aware that this is an issue in the game. Is this new? I never had flooded buildings. Okay, so let's... Ah, they're on the beach. Okay, that makes sense. So let's remove that. Let's actually zone out this area. It doesn't make sense to build here. If it's flooding. Now let's see whether we need this power line anyways. Do we? I think we can remove this. I think that's fine. Okay. Yeah, they don't like the noise. We can fix that. Yeah, we had a look at pollution. Look at fire safety. Well, there's a wood. That's a high fire risk. And I think one right there would be good as well. So let's add a fire department just to make sure that we have the residential area covered well enough. Crime 6%. It's higher than usual, but okay for now. Alright, I think we're in a good spot to call it a day and stop the stream for now. Let's continue next week. So, guys, been a pleasure. Let's continue next time. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you.